Hey everybody, thanks for stopping by. I hope you're all having a great day. Today I just want to do a quick video on Nordic American tankers, ticker symbol NAT, whether in my opinion they're a buy, a sell, or a hold right now. Nordic American tankers has been one of the hottest stocks recently because a couple months ago word got out they were collecting insanely high storage fees because of the oil glut that briefly caused the oil prices to go negative. Now, NAT stock has fizzled out as of late, with the share price falling from a high of $9 to its current levels just under $5. Now, I haven't bought any as of yet, and I've been patiently waiting for the price to come down and for some of the hype to subside before I thought about buying. In this video, I'll explain the technical and fundamental reasons why I think NAT stock should turn back up around soon. Now, right here I have the current daily chart of NAT pulled up, and as of right now, it's trading just under $5 a share. The white line is a support line I've drawn, and as you can see, it's at the same level the 50-period simple moving average is at, which is represented by the blue line on the chart. If you're familiar with technical analysis, you know when price breaks sharply above the 50-period simple moving average that when price comes back down, that same moving average becomes a strong area of support. Now, a good example of this happened on NAT's chart back in late March. Price spiked from around $2.50 a share to $5 a share, and when price retreated in early April, it found support at that same moving average and resumed its uptrend. Like I said before, I have not purchased any yet, but I have placed a limit order to buy some at $4.36, and if price falls that far in the next few trading days, I'm in like Flynn. Now, since every day the moving average moves a little, I'll give it a few days, reevaluate it, and adjust the order accordingly. Now, NAT is a lower price, more speculative play, so I'll be buying a smaller than normal position. Now, if I flip over to the 15-minute chart, you can see that this recent consolidation over the last week from approximately $4.75 to around the $5 area looks like it could be forming a rounding bottom. All it needs is the breakout to the upside, so I might not even get a chance to buy any at my levels. And when I flip over to the weekly chart, you can see back in 2004 and 2005, NAT was definitely a high flyer. And since they've said their business is doing better than ever before, it's not beyond the realm of possibility to see their stock price go much, much higher from here, especially if their business conditions stay this favorable for a while. And one last note on the weekly chart. If you spent any amount of time flipping through weekly charts like I have, you know usually you get a few years of sideways action or consolidation before you get a sustained uptrend, especially in lower priced stocks, just like we're seeing on NAT's weekly chart. So all of the technical conditions are set up. Okay, now let's get into some fundamental reasons why NAT's stock price could take off soon. NAT's CEO has stated the company is making money hand over fist and has never been doing better than it is right now during all of his tenure. They've stated they're getting anywhere from 5 to 10 times the amount of storage fees they were getting last year. Now, even though the hype has died down a little, that doesn't change the fact earnings should be off the chart for the next couple of quarters and possibly the rest of the year. The consensus EPS estimates is expected to come in at 25 cents, which is a year-over-year increase of 525%, and the revenues are expected to be up 52% year-over-year. Here is what the CEO had to say in his interview a few weeks ago.
Well, there you go. You're colorful. If not just that, though, I need to ask you right now, sir. HH. Focus.
What's that?
Can I rent a tanker for a week from the biggest fleet in the world, from your fleet? I'd like a week. Can I have it?
You can have it, but it will be very costly. I doubt if you can afford it, but you can have it. We are making a lot of money at this time, improving our balance sheet tremendously. And I have never seen such a strong market, Jim. And I've been around for a little while.
All right, so how much a day for a nice one? Give me a Suez Max. How much a day?
Well, it will cost you $70,000 a day, and you will have it for 6 months. And our operating costs are $8,000 a day. And then you will have more than $60,000 a day for your pocket. And this will give you a lot of dividend.
So let me understand this. On Tuesday, someone was going to pay to give away oil, $37 a barrel. Why didn't I just contact you, let that guy pay me a lot of money for oil, and then give it to you?
Well, we don't speculate in oil. We speculate in carrying oil, and that's a different story. And my point is that I prioritize dividend. That is the thing. And I don't take risk I don't have to take. We have a strong market, and this is the strongest market I've seen in my lifetime. And I've been around for quite a while.
Okay, so why wouldn't you pay down all your debt before you give these big dividends?
We don't have a lot of that at all. We have borrowed money in America, and we will be debt-free. We were debt-free a few years ago, and there is no doubt on my mind that we shall become debt-free again. We will have the strongest balance sheet in the industry. We will have the best dividend in the industry, and we have a strong market in front of us. And fourthly, Jim, we have the biggest customers in the world: ExxonMobil, British Petroleum, Shell Oil, Statoil, Equinor, all the big boys. And I can say to you, based on my experience, these big oil companies, they're some of the best companies in the world.
He certainly is an interesting fellow, isn't he? You can tell they are making so much money he can barely sit still. If you haven't seen the entire interview yet, you should definitely check it out. Now, the main reason oil prices went negative a few weeks ago was because of the short-lived oil price war between the Saudis and the Russian Federation. If we get any more unfavorable news, we could see another move down in oil, and that should give NAT another boost, as fear of more oil supply buildup usually follows. And the Saudis have been in the news again recently. According to Bloomberg, an armada of tankers filled with Saudi Arabian crude that are heading to America is raising concern that tanks may fill again soon, just as the U.S. oil glut was showing signs of easing. They say over 30 tankers are set to arrive in the U.S. during May and June, so that could potentially drive NAT huge margins for another 2 to 3 months at least. Now, one very large investment firm that's taken a shine to NAT is BlackRock. They've been consistently adding more and more shares of their portfolio. In their recent filing, they reportedly increased their ownership of NAT to almost 6% and now own over 7 million shares. Another great fundamental reason for holding NAT stock right now is they've been historically committed to paying dividends and raising the dividend in good times. And that should also attract dividend investors as well. And since their payout ratio was only around 10%, there's still plenty of room to grow it. Now, those dividend investors are probably only going to stick around for a few quarters, but nonetheless, that's still another group that will be attracted to NAT and add buying pressure. Now, NAT has stated if you purchase before May 26th, you'll be eligible to receive the dividend that pays out on June 5th, so hopefully it hits my price target before the 26th. Now, the days that follow a dividend payout almost always result in downward pressure in the stock price. So if I'm not in before the payout, that subsequent move down could also present a good entry for me, but I'll have to wait and see where it is then. So in summary, I think NAT's short to medium term future looks pretty bright, and I'll be hoping NAT falls to the 50-period simple moving average, because I think that's a pretty strong area of support. Now I have a question for all you technicians out there. Do you agree with my area of support, or do you think there's a better one that I missed? If you do, or if you have any other thoughts on NATs, please leave them in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. And as always, this is not trading advice, just my thoughts on NAT. If you did like the video, could you please drop a thumbs up? And if you haven't subscribed, please do so. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, take care.